What's going on, guys? BriarRabbit here. Today is Friday. That means Zer is back in the tower. He's over here in the Hunter Lounge. And the reason I call it the Hunter Lounge, actually, is because there's so much Hunter gear in here. Hunter helmets, Hunter knives, Hunter chest pieces, kind of all over the place. You can see some more Hunter knives here. And something I didn't notice until today is that the Lord of Wolves, the exotic shotgun that will be coming out with the House of Wolves, a couple of them hanging on the wall over here. I never realized that before with all the other kind of trophies. I never saw that before. Anyway, Zer is back in the tower. Let's take a look at what he's got. I'll give you some recommendations on what I think is worth purchasing as well. First of all, no heavy weapon synthesis. I am bummed about this. Crota's End has been sucking up rockets like crazy. That Crota fight is insane on hard mode. I'm really bummed to see this. I mean, it just costs so much to buy this, and Zer is definitely a cheaper way to get it, but we haven't seen it in like 4 or 5 weeks now. So I'm bummed. I'd really like to see that. Also, no exotic engram. That's a bummer too. But let's take a look at what we do have. We're seeing Icebreaker again. Not as exciting as last time we saw it because it's been so long. We actually just saw Icebreaker a few weeks ago. Bungie announced that they actually sold over 1 million of them from the tower that week, which is crazy. So I can't imagine that there's too many people who still need this. But if you do, or you'd like to buy a second or third one for your alternate characters because you're sick of switching it back and forth in the tower, this is definitely a worthy purchase. It is a completely exotic weapon. And even if you're not using it directly, because of this no backpack perk, because it regenerates ammo over time, and if you switch weapons after it does that, and that ammo goes to your next special weapon, the thing is endlessly useful. So I highly recommend having one of these on every character you play. It's just that good. All right, so let's take a look at the armor. For the Titan, we've got Helm of Inmost Light. I really like this armor. I think it's fantastic. It's not top tier. It doesn't quite hold up with like Ruin Wings or the Armamentarium. But if you like to be a striker, the Recklessness perk is really good. It gives you 2 perks out of your perk tree, so you can actually select 2 other perks. So you basically get 2 free perks in your perk tree with this helmet. I think that's really good. If you like to be a striker, if you like using the Fist of Havocs, this is a really fun helmet. I highly recommend it. However, I would like to point out that if you upgrade one, you actually get a higher strength roll, 121 compared to 104. So that's worth noting. For the hunters, we got the Crest of Alpha Lupi. I like this armor as well. Again, it's not top tier. I believe we've seen it actually quite a few times. I like that it has special weapon ammo and hand cannon ammo. I constantly use hand cannons. I think having extra hand cannon ammo is fairly useful. And of course, it's got Keeper of the Pack. You revive fallen teammates faster, they revive you faster, and your super also spawns additional orbs for teammates. So you're basically a true team player. It's very useful in certain PvP modes where you can actually respawn your teammates. But outside of that, it's got limited usefulness. Even in the Crota's End hard mode fight, because you can't actually get your health back from orbs with this equipped, it's limited usefulness. Your teammates are going to appreciate it, but you're going to be in danger all the time. So let's move on to the Light Beyond Nemesis. I actually love this helmet now that the Crota's End hard mode fight is so difficult because of these 2 perks. Infusion. You can get your health back each time you pick up an Orb of Light, so that makes the hard mode fight very, very much easier. And Keeper of the Pack, so you're going to give your teammates more orbs as well. So between those 2 perks, this makes actually a really good helmet for the Crota's End hard mode fight at the, actually fighting Crota. I find this to be endlessly useful for my Warlock. All right, so we already talked about Icebreaker. Let's talk about the upgrades. We got Knucklehead Radar, very, very good helmet in PvP, useful in PvE as well. Of course, you can upgrade your Crest of Alpha Lupi as well. And again, if you look at this, it's got a higher stat roll again than the one you can buy outright, 159 compared to 143. So it's significantly higher. We got the Helm of Inmost Light again, and the Crest of Alpha Lupi for the Titans. This one's a little bit different. It's got auto rifle ammo and special weapon ammo, but the Keeper of the Pack is basically the same. For some reason, I find this less useful on a Titan than I do on a Hunter. Possibly just because I find the armamentarium and the ruined wings so useful. But if you play a lot of PvP with revives, then you're gonna like this quite a bit. All right, we've got the Apotheosis Veil. I love the Apotheosis Veil, again, because it's so useful in the hard mode of Crota's and because of Infusion. It's also got Private Reserves, which I also find useful because it immediately regenerates health on activating your super. Again, very good perk. And Sunbreakers. You know, these things seem to be offered every week. I can't imagine anybody still needs them, and they're not that good to begin with. So, you know, whatever. For weapons, we got some really good weapons here. If you play a lot of PvE, you're definitely going to want to upgrade your Icebreaker and your Yala Horn. If you play a lot of PvP, you're going to upgrade your Last Word and your Truth rocket launcher. And if you just got a lot of extra money hanging around, you can do Patience and Time and Super Good Advice. Patience and Time would be my priority over Super Good Advice. Thing with Super Good Advice is I have found one reason to use this weapon, and that is in the Vault of Glass, shooting oracles, and that's it. So moving down to curios, we've got Scout Rifle Telemetry, Hand Cannon Telemetry, and Fusion Rifle Telemetry. So if you need to upgrade any of those 3 types of guns, buy these. It'll make it go much faster for you. We got Plasma Drive and Emerald Coil to upgrade your blue rare Sparrows to legendary and change the contrail. So I gotta say, not a very exciting week. You know, it would be exciting if this is the first time we saw Icebreaker, but we recently did see Icebreaker, and like I said, you know, they sold over 1 million of them last time. Having no exotic engram, having no heavy weapon ammo, that is a real bummer. This is a pretty lame week, all things being said. Hopefully next week will be much better. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.